Hey, good evening, everybody. Chief Meteorologist Brad Panovich here with your live weather impact for this Thursday evening. Now it is November 6th. We are talking some gorgeous weather. This week, honestly, has been amazing. I know the mornings have been chilly at times, but they've been seasonably cool because the average low in Charlotte is 42. So you would expect upper 30s, low 40s, but the afternoons have been unbelievable. We've seen these low to mid 70s pretty much every day this week. So above average by day, a little bit below average to near normal in the morning. So if you love this weather, I got good news for you. Your weather impacts coming up over the next 3 days, not many of them. If anything, it's going to be identical to what we've seen over the last couple of days. We're talking cool mornings, especially in tomorrow and Friday. Saturday morning, we'll probably see temperatures generally in the 40s, but then the afternoons are going to be absolutely delightful with high temperatures climbing into the 70s. The weekend, we're looking warm and breezy, maybe an isolated shower both Saturday and Sunday morning. Again, don't get too worried about the rain chances this weekend. They are looking very minimal, if at all. It's really not the rain that's going to be the story. It's going to be more so the fact that we're going to see some much cooler air. Then next week, yes, that's the story, the taste of winter that is heading our way. Right now, nothing on the radar to show you. Satellite is clear as well, mostly clear skies across the entire area. Mentioned the wild swing today. It was 48. That wasn't crazy cool, but 72 today. That's 10 off the record of 82 set back in 2003. You see our averages of 66 and 42. Where are we right now at 6:30? We're in the 60s in many locations, but we're also seeing the 50s show up. The sun sets at right now about 5:24, so it's not taking long for those temperatures to fall. And tonight will be another one of those chilly nights. You'll probably definitely want to grab a light jacket in the morning, but if you don't have it and you can gut it out, you'll be fine because by the afternoon, warms up close to 72, 71 again, very similar to what we saw today. And we've got a big night tomorrow night in Uptown at the Bank. Charlotte FC taking on New York City FC. We've got playoff soccer or football, depending on your persuasion on that. This is the final game of the 3-game series, winner take all here. So this should be really exciting. Game starts at 7 p.m. Tailgate, which is always rocking up there with the supporters groups, will be in the upper 60s to mid 60s. By the time the match starts, I think near 60-ish. So you're definitely going to probably want to grab that light jacket or long sleeve shirt, sweatshirt, wrap it around your waist walking into the game because as the game goes on, it will get chilly. Walking out will be the coolest in the upper 50s. So this weekend, there's a lot going on. We've got some cold fronts coming in. The fronts could kick off a few isolated storms to our south and west. There's a low risk over in Tennessee, and I would really say the low is the thing to emphasize here. I don't expect any severe weather. I don't even expect a strong storm, just maybe some rain, if that, and that rain chance is looking minimal. The fronts are strong, but they just don't have moisture with them to produce showers or thunderstorms. So typically when you get strong fronts, people think big-time severe weather. Well, it's just not the contrast in temperature that makes a front strong. You really need some jet stream energy, some vorticity, and definitely low-level fuel in the form of warm, humid air. We don't really have the humid air in this case, so not much fuel for these storms. But there will be a couple showers early Saturday. Notice the timing here, 4 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock maybe. So this is long gone. Most of us will sleep through this. Grab that cup of coffee, the morning bagel, breakfast on Saturday. By the time you go out, everything's gone. It's completely dry, beautiful Saturday, mid-70s, by the way. Sunday, very similar kind of setup, maybe some morning showers, but then in the afternoon, we warm up into the mid-70s, and then the bottom's going to drop out as we go into Monday. This is our big impact for next week. Monday and Tuesday, really all day, both days. We're talking temperatures in the morning cold. Now, the morning temperatures, you should expect to freeze this time of year. The average first freeze in Charlotte all time, that goes back to 1878, is November 8th. The last 30 years, that average is crept up to November 1st. So typically, we would see our freeze about this time. That's not the concern. It's the fact that the afternoons will not get out of the 40s. So that's below our average high for January, let alone the second full week of November. So you're talking about some cold air for this time of year, but it's very short-lived. It only lasts 2 days, and by the time we get to this time next week, we'll have temperatures back in the 70s. So you just got to get through that first part of the week. But it comes as a shock to the system. Got to get your jackets out. You're probably going to turn the heater on for the first time in your house. If you haven't done so already, make sure you check that. It's always got that weird smell. I don't know if you first turn on. And you have an electric heater. It's usually dust that's sitting on the coils that starts burning or whatever. So it might be a good idea just to check the furnace and make sure everything works well. And I'm a big fan of always having the carbon monoxide and smoke detectors with new batteries this time of year, because one of the things about this time of year, people use heating sources to stay warm. It's also really high fire danger. It's really dry air when it gets cold, so fires tend to start and spread easily. So it's a good idea. Make sure you have those safety devices ready to go. Speaking of dry, we don't have much rain in the forecast. We're actually going to talk about the drought monitor with Tim coming up here shortly. It did improve a little bit, but we might be in those weird situations where it technically improved this week, but by next week we might see it go back the other direction, because I don't expect much of any rain in the forecast. We're also going to see a killing freeze early next week. So gardeners, landscapers, people that want to keep the summer plants going, this is probably going to be it. So if you want to salvage anything, cut it now, take it indoors, cover it, do whatever you can, because this is not going to be like a frost or a light freeze. This looks like a moderate to hard freeze setup. And what I mean by that is temperatures possibly in the mid 20s and below freezing for more than 5 hours. So that's the kind of freeze that just puts everything to bed for the summer season and just gets you ready for winter. Now, we always tell people, the freezes do help with the bugs. I mean, people always wonder about bugs. Mosquitoes, fleas, and ticks. It doesn't get rid of them, by the way. It just reduces their numbers. And oftentimes a freeze, what it will do, and I think people take this for granted, it drives some of those insects inside, like the stink bugs, the Asian lady beetles, which are not ladybugs. They're actually a different species, but they look like ladybugs. So if you see those things swarming on the south side of your house, those things could be all over the place. Oh, and by the way, we will have some snow in the mountains. Yes, I'm saying the S word, but don't get too crazy. I'm seeing a lot of social media people posting crazy outcomes. This is not going to be a big snowstorm, folks. This is your typical cold front northwest flow. So if you're like at Cataloochee in the Maggie Valley Ski Resort, Beach, Sugar Mountain, those are the areas that can get excited, because they actually will get some measurable snow, and they might even make some snow. But if you're anywhere east of the mountains, even the eastern facing slopes, I'm talking like Blowing Rock, Jonas Ridge, Jefferson, those areas, they'll see some flakes, but it's not going to be like accumulating snows. But it's kind of that first real blast of the season. The cold by far is the biggest issue. And if you're watching us from the mountains, yes, it's going to snow, but you know what the biggest impact is going to be next week? The wind chill. Because this cold air comes in, we could see wind gusts to 50 miles per hour with this cold air. So you're talking wind chills possibly below zero or single digits. So we're likely going to see some cold weather advisories issued next week. So I would think the cold and wind, to me, is by far the biggest story with this. So something just to keep in mind as we get ready for next week. And that cold air is going to come flying in here for the beginning of next week. But then it doesn't last long. So we'll get right to your Jerry Hunt Supercenter 7-day forecast, because this will kind of tell you the story. There's your blast of cold air Monday, Tuesday. Upper 40s for highs. That's the story more so than the morning lows. But look at the middle of next week on the 10-day. We're going to see temperatures back near 70 a week from today. So yeah, if you don't like cold weather, or it's just too early for you, don't worry. It doesn't last. That's the great thing about Carolina cold snaps and winter weather. They only last a day or two. The sun comes out and it warms back up.